Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back. Today I'm sharing the second segment of the heart of the home. And the heart of the home is, of course, our kitchen. When you have a party, it's quite common for crowds of people to congregate in the kitchen. The kitchen, the gathering space for friends and family, always filled with food and nice smells, laughter and memories. And well, you want to keep it clean, hygienic and spotless. 2 weeks ago, I shared about a variety of kitchen essential Norwex cloths, scrubs and sponges that will do a nice job of cleaning up on a daily basis. Now, the kitchen is really a hotbed for cross-contamination every time we are preparing a meal. Today, I would like to share on one particular Norwex product, and that is our Norwex Heavy Duty Degreaser, in combination with one or two of our Norwex cloths that will help you clean the tougher spaces like your cooking stoves, your hobs, your hoods and your ovens, and even the kitchen floor, where you do all your tai chao, your heavy frying. Now, if you've been following my product talks, you will know that I give out 2 questions every session, and 6 of the audiences will get to win prizes if they are the first 3 to provide the correct answer to the 2 quizzes. Today, the prize is a set of EnviroScrubs. It comes in 3 pieces, and that is worth 39 Singapore dollars. Stay on as I talk about the products. The answers to the quiz are from what I share on the products today. Now, what is a real pain? What I find a real pain is cleaning the stoves, the hoods and the hobs. And I think many people feel the same, because it's really not very fun to have to clean up oily spaces after spending hours in the kitchen cooking a meal. And we don't really want to be slaves to the stove because we got better things to do, right? Now, people blow off cleaning appliances because we don't have the time, or it takes too long to clean the grime that's built up. And they build up because we didn't have the time to clean it. It's such a vicious cycle. So really, the sad story is that stoves tend to be somewhat neglected. Splatters or spills of food that aren't promptly cleaned up can become a good medium for the growth of microbes. And to prevent microbes, stove tops should be cleaned after each use by wiping them down with a proper degreaser and a microfiber cloth. Now, the Norwex Heavy Duty Degreaser is a very concentrated solution that quickly breaks down and removes greasy, grimy smudges and stains in the kitchen, and even you can use all over the spaces that is grimy or oily, like the garage. Okay, so wherever you find oily, greasy mess, this is your help. This bottle is 237 ml, 237 ml, so being concentrated, it will last you pretty long. Now, there are many choices of degreaser in the market, but Norwex Degreaser is a safer choice, and I will give you 4 reasons why. And I'm telling you to pay attention to these 4 reasons why. Number 1, our ingredients are plant-based and biodegradable. Be aware that many commercial degreasers are usually toxic and flammable, and you really want to avoid using such degreasers to clean your cooking apparatus. Number 2, there's no caustic cleaning agent in our ingredients. Number 3, non-abrasive. Number 4, non-corrosive, right? These are the 4 good reasons why we should use the Norwex Degreaser. And with all the Norwex products, the bad list of harmful ingredients, namely bleach, phosphates, ammonia, SLS, SLES, synthetic fragrance, phthalates, they are not, I repeat, they are not included in our ingredients list. So how do we use this product? Okay, now because it's highly concentrated, I would recommend a dilution of 1 part degreaser, 1 part to 9 parts water. So that is approximately 3 tablespoons of concentrate to a 450 ml bottle. If you are using the Norwex Forever spray bottle, then it's about 1.5 tablespoon of the concentrate to this bottle of water, which is, this bottle is 230 ml. Once you put the concentrate with the water, just swirl gently to mix. Then what you do is, and before I start, I actually have two of my stove hood, right? One I have cleaned out yesterday before the show, and the other one I have not cleaned out, and you can see where the grime is. Now what I would do if I have to clean, when I did this cleaning is, I'll take it out and basically spray. Now, the nice thing about this nozzle is that you can actually open it up to make it into a fine mist. You can see that I'm just spraying on it. Because it's pretty oily and grimy, I would just leave it to let it sit for a few minutes, or for, 2 minutes. And then I would wash it out, right? That's what I would do. So simply spray on the surface and clean, wipe clean, using any of our Norwex microfiber cloth sponges or mop pads, depending on how large or small the surface is. For stubborn messes, allow the product to sit for a few minutes before wiping it off. And for really tough grime that have caked up over a prolonged period, you know, like the really tough grime, like this, where was it? Yeah, here. And it's caked up for a while. It's actually like caramelized. For really tough grimes, then sometimes I do make the dilution stronger, and I might use warm water before attempting to wash off the cakey grime. And when it's very cakey, I would actually use a spirit net because I need to really scrub it out, all right? So like I said, how I clean my my cooking stove, mine is a gas stove. So what I would do is, definitely there'll be food particles or crumbs may have fallen out and they fall around the hobs. And there may be oil splatter or back splashes on the wall. So I will use the EnviroScrubs to pick up the food crumbs first. Then I will spray the dilution on the surface, and then I would wipe off. So like I said, if you are using the Norwex spray bottle, you can spray it, or if you want to produce a fine mist, you open up the little nozzle here and you will have a very fine mist, okay? Then I proceed to wipe down the surfaces with the EnviroScrub. Because my stove is a two gas stove, so it's not really very big. Using this is actually, I find it more efficient than using the Norwex microfiber cloth. So it's pretty fast, and if you do it daily and you don't allow the grime to kick up, it becomes less of a chore when you have to really clean it out after it got very dirty. So what I've done is I've taken out the hood and I have sprayed it. So I would normally do it over the sink, but since I'm not in front of a sink, I would then just take my Enviro scrub. I will use the scrubby side and I'll just start to scrub it up. And because it's small, it's really quite easy to handle. So I'm purposely leaving that portion out first. And I'm going to see whether it's coming out or not. So it's coming out with a bit of a scrub. And if I find that, look, it's really hard to come out, what I might do is spray it again. I should let it sit for a while, but since I'm doing this on Facebook Live, I'm going to let it sit. I don't want to waste your time, so I'm going to use the spirit net instead and scrub it up. You can see that with the spirit net, it has come out actually very easily, right? So this is great. I'm going to just leave it here for a while. And like I said, I just like to wipe along as I go, okay? So that's what I would do to clean up my hood. To wash it is pretty easy, especially when you're doing it over the sink. So when I was cleaning this out, this is the clean one, this is the one that's not clean, I found a lot of cakey stuff all at the edges here, right? And it's actually all disappeared with the cleaning. I'm not sure whether you can see it, but there's really no more cakey stuff anywhere on this one, and it really feels very smooth and nice, you know. Right. Now the great thing about our spirit net, this Norwex spirit net is made of rust-proof, non-deteriorating stainless steel. This net is very long-lasting. In fact, if you leave it soaking in water over a prolonged period like months or even years, this net will not rust or deteriorate. You know, I have very sensitive skin and I really can't touch steel wool, the commercial steel wool. If I use steel wool to scrub the pots and pans, I will find that my hands will itch badly around the fingers that comes into contact with the wool, but I really have no problem using the Norwex Spironet. And if a few of the ends comes out, just snip it off and push the extended parts back into the stancer to give it a nice round feel again. Alright? Now, the EnviroScrubs. This is a nice cloth to do really a lot of the scrubbing of the stove and your oven. Small areas, so you don't really need to take out a big kitchen cloth or a towel or even Enviro. This is really great. It measures 6 by 6 inches, right? And it has the Enviro cloth on one side. And you can see that it is actually nicely quilted. So this holds the cloth tightly together, right? And on the reverse side is the scrubby surface, right? Which give a nice scrub to oily surfaces when you want to get rid of the oil. So the dual nature of this EnviroScrub is really good to do the work of scrubbing and wiping. Now, how about a chance to earn a set of EnviroScrubs? And here is the first quiz. And I hope you were paying attention because I have already provided the answer to the question I'm going to ask. Okay, are you ready? Earlier on, I had said that the Norwex Heavy Duty Degreaser is a safer choice because of our ingredients, and I gave you 4 reasons why. Can you repeat the 4 reasons? I hope you can. So think about it and see whether you remembered the 4 reasons why you should use our Heavy Duty Degreaser. Now, one of the reasons why the degreaser works so well on oily, greasy surfaces is because the ingredients break bonds that hold the greasy smudges together. It breaks the bonds, right? Oil-based degreasers are usually toxic and flammable. I said that earlier on, right? And even small amounts entering surfaces or groundwater can result in serious pollutions, and we don't really want that to be happening. And oily smudges and greasy dirt can show up anywhere, not necessarily just in the kitchen, anywhere. And once it's on the scene, once something gets into an oily smudge, the oil doesn't go away by itself. It likes to stick around. So sometimes even our fantastic Enviro cloth and water needs reinforcements to help remove oils and grease from countertops to oil smudges on floors and walls. So our heavy duty degreaser concentrate tackles grease, grime, food residue, stains and gunk that are hard to remove. So it's perfect for, some things are perfect for, they're perfect for barbecue grills, pots and pans, burner grates, drip pans. You know, when you bake a lot and you drip into a pan, drip pans, burned on messes. Well, sometimes we cook, we experiment, it gets burned. It's very good for removing those messes. Your patio furniture, oily grime on garage floors and areas where you putter around with oily stuff, to do those sort of cleaning. Now for oily, greasy floors, which we will experience if we are doing a lot of frying in the wet kitchen, use the degreaser with the towel mop pad or the wet mop pad. So you have a choice of spraying it onto the mop pads or spraying it on the floor and using this wet to wipe it off. Alright, so these are really great. Now it is ultra concentrated. I've said that so many times and I've emphasized it's heavy duty concentrated degreaser, right? So it's highly concentrated. So one bottle that you buy is actually equals to 5 bottles when diluted. So it lasts you pretty long. Not tested on animals, no animal derived ingredients, right? And that's all I have for today's session, but I will end it with one last question so that 3 other persons can win this EnviroScrubs, one of my favorite actually. So the last question is really a very simple question, and it is, what is the measurement of the heavy duty degreaser and what is the recommended dilution ratio? Alright, so that's a very simple question and the answers was provided earlier. And thank you so much for tuning in. Keep safe, keep clean, keep Keep well. Bye-bye.